If you're planning to get a flu shot, in addition to the new COVID boosters, you may have questions about how to space the two jabs out. Rich Lynn spoke with Dr. Michelle Barron, a specialist in infectious diseases, to get the most up-to-date information.
So, Dr. Barron, the question that I keep hearing is it safe to give the COVID booster and the flu shot at the same time, or should I space that out? What's your advice?
I think it's something certainly most people have been wondering about. And the reality is that you can get them both at the same time. I actually got both of mine at the same time. It does mean that you can have maybe a little bit more side effects, but then it's also very convenient. If you prefer to not have to deal with having more side effects potentially, then you can certainly space them out at any interval that you want. It could even be a day apart if that's what you choose.
And is this prime time? I mean, is now the time certainly to get the flu booster?
I would say that now is the time to get both. Certainly, we're going to start seeing flu uptick pretty quickly. And so getting it now versus waiting will ensure your chances of hitting that window. It takes 2 weeks for the flu vaccine to be completely effective. For the booster, the timing really depends on what the last time you had your shot. If you had your shot more than 2 months ago, then it's time to get the booster. If it's been less than 2 months, then you might want to wait till you reach that point.
Doctor, what if you're like me and you recently had COVID? Should I get the booster now or wait?
So if you've had COVID, you have up to about 90 days from your last, from your infection to be able to get your shot.
Tell us about these boosters. Now, are both companies doing the Moderna and Pfizer or just one of them? And how are they different than the previous boosters?
So both Pfizer and Moderna do offer a bivalent vaccine. Bivalent means it has two strains of COVID, the BA4 and the BA5, which is actually part of the Omicron strain that we started to see in January. So it's got similar roots to the basic vaccine that we got last year or 2 years ago, but it actually is more specific to what's been circulating. The only big difference is the age range. So Moderna is only available for 18 and above, and Pfizer is for 12 and above, and they don't have anything for under 12 at this point.
Dr. Barron, do we have any sense at this point in time if this is going to be a severe flu season or not?
That's $1 million question. In years past, we were usually able to look at the data out of Australia or the Southern Hemisphere who have flu. Their winter is our summer, their summer is our winter. So they usually have flu season ahead of us. And that usually gave us a window into what it probably would look like. COVID's really disrupted all this because we haven't really seen a normal flu season in the last 2 years. We've had minimal flu cases. And then this past year, we started seeing cases of flu in April and May, which was really unusual, not when we typically see flu. So based on the Australian data, it looks like we are going to have a more severe flu season than we've had in the last 2 years. Now, typically we start seeing flu really uptick after the holidays, after Thanksgiving, and usually December, January is when we see it peak. And so I would encourage everyone that's thinking about getting their flu shot to get it now versus waiting, only because we're probably going to see it early.
Dr. Barron, just a final question. Do we know the latest numbers on how many Americans have received any kind of COVID vaccination and how many have received at least one booster?
So based on the data from the Centers for Disease Control, about 68% of the U.S. population has received the primary series. And then with the updated booster, about 4.4 million people have received that as well.
Dr. Michelle Barron with the University of Colorado School of Medicine, thank you so much. Great information.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.